This cat is like the most paranoid cat. So he's got this weird stare on. Ting. Toby! Toby! So it's Toby Tuesday. We have Toby and this cat. Hi, Toby. Hi, Toby. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? I'm back. So you guys wanted me to interview my dad. So I'm finally gonna. He's finally home. Not for long. He leaves tomorrow. So I'm gonna interview him after I hang out with Toby for a little bit. Since it is Toby Tuesday, he should probably be in the video. Right, Toby? You wanna be in the video? Yeah? You want a treat? Yeah? You want some bacon? Maple coin? Yeah? Yeah? Smell my leg? Okay. Good cat. Da-na-na, da-na-na. Does whatever a white cat does. Is he furry? Yes, he is. Pretty soft. And he's lazy. And there's Paranoid Joe. Doing his thing. I never really know what he's doing. You got weird eyes. You got weird eyes, cat. Hey, you. Yeah, you. You with the cat. And Toby's back. Hi, Toby. Hi, Toby. Hi, Toby. Oh yeah, my watch. I got a new watch. Hi, Toby. Rockwell. A Postal. Gunmetal black. Tells time. Pretty neat. Toby. Nope, just hiding. All right. Back to the cat. Hi, cat. We also have a third cat. He's cool though. He's not paranoid. Just does his thing, hangs out, eats mice, you know, the usual cat things. Cat tangs. High five. Headbutt. Toby. Toby. Want a treat? Oh, oh. Is that bacon? A maple coin? Yeah. Yeah. What are you doing up there? What are you doing over there? Beep. 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 Oh. 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 Sit. Oh yeah, you're already sitting. Shake your paw. Oh. Yeah, that paw is shaking. Other paw. Good boy. Gonna put it on your nose. You gonna bite my hand off? Ready? No. Put your head down. Okay. Right there. You ready? You're so close, Toby. I believe in you this time. You ready? No. Put your head down. The accuracy of that dog. Prime time. Close up. Alright, let's go interview Rob. You know Paranoid Kitty? I'm gonna call you Anxiety Cat. You're weird. And we're back. So usually for Toby Tuesday, I answer your guys' questions, but you guys requested that you wanted me to interview my dad. So here he is, Mr. Freeman.
Hi everybody.
This is the workplace. It's pretty norm.
And Mark actually is my son.
This is what is this for?
That's when I had London Telecom, and we got all our services from Bell Canada, and that was just a gift they gave one time at a party. It's just a picture of a lineman, like a telephone lineman.
Neat. All right. So first question: how'd you get into phones?
Well, I'll try to make this as brief as possible. It was an interest that I had when I was a kid. It all started from when I was with my brother, and we had these toy Remco phones that my dad had got us for Christmas.
Yep.
My dad had got us for Christmas. They were old dial phones, toy plastic phones, yellow. You turn the dial and the other one would ring. And we used to play with them. We didn't have that many toys when we were kids, and I had one in my room, my brother had one in his room. They had batteries inside, and you could actually talk on them. You turn the dial and the other one would ring. So I was telling a friend at school about this, and he wanted to see them, and he came home after school, and we went to use them, and they wouldn't work. And I was really PO'd because my friend had come all the way from school and he had a long way to go back home, and I thought he's going to go away without seeing these things work. So I took the broken one in hand to my mom and I said, can you fix this for me, because my friend wants to see them and I want to show them. And my mom says, I have no idea. So she opened up the drawer, took out a screwdriver, handed it to me and says, here, you try to fix it. And I said, well, you know, can't you fix it for me? And she said, no, your dad can. And I said, well, he won't be home till later. My friend will be gone. So she said, just you try to fix it right now. So I opened it up and I saw a loose wire and I just tightened it up and I put the phone back together and it worked. And for me, a little boy of, I don't know, 8 years old or something, this was big, this was huge. I had actually fixed something. And from there, I just got an interest in telephones. My dad bought me an old switchboard and old crank phones, and we hooked them up along the street with my friends. And when my friends wanted to talk to one another, they called me on the switchboard and I would hook them together. And we even buried lines along the fence line and put up signs, do not dig. And it just became an interest. And I, you know, later after that, my dad saw the interest and he said, he had a friend that was the manager of Bell Canada in Sarnia, Ontario. And he says, how'd you like to learn how the phone system works, the entire phone system? And I said, I'd love to. So my dad's friend took us to the Bell Canada building, to downstairs to the whole switching center, which at that time was not computers. It was like things that go up and over, and there was all this noise, and it's like gears and levers and things. And they taught me how the entire phone system worked.
Before cell phones.
All this was long
before fancy iPhones.
This was before anything.
All this fancy technology and.
Yeah. So, you know, I guess I was maybe about 10 or 11 or something at that time. I don't even remember. And I learned how the entire phone system worked in our country, and internationally, long distance. And so many years later, and I always carried that interest. And many years later, I had the need to call a town that was long distance a lot. I was in real estate and I had a lot of listings there. And I knew that the middle town was local to both places. And so I got some switching gear, put it in the middle town, and we were able to call into that middle town and then relay the call to the far town for free. So I set up a sharing group to be able to do this for a number of people, and it kind of grew, and I had a few hundred people using that system. And then at the same time, our government was deciding that they wanted to open up long distance competition in Canada here. So I started reading all about it, learning all about what they were planning to do, and literally I was one of the first ones in, because I already had my little system set up between nearby towns. And then when the government gave the go-ahead that you could resell long distance service, I was one of the first in. So, and then I didn't have any money to buy big switches, like, you know, multi-million-dollar switches. Couldn't get loans like that, so I just sold it on a flat rate basis. I just rented services from Bell Canada and other phone companies across Canada and inter-exchange lines, and I resold the service in bulk to customers on a flat rate basis. And the bottom line was, I started it in '88, the year that your brother was born, Zan, and sold it in '99, and I think we grew to be about 150,000 customers, 300 employees, and 4 floors on an office building in Oakville. And we had a few other offices around, and the rest is history. I sold it to a company called Primus Canada, and they can look up on the internet what it sold for. And as a result, was able to build this house and this property where Mark does all his crazy things over on the track there. Mm-hmm. And the rest is history. And I guess if you want to carry it further, when I sold the company, I actually got diagnosed with cancer at that point. And I spent the next 3 years roaming around the world, meeting doctors and taking treatments. And as a result of all that, to make a long story short, I partnered with my doctor, and we've developed cancer vaccines now. And one of them, and you know, it's a doctor that did all the research, but I took some of the money I made from LimeNine Telecom and put with him, and it turns out one of the treatments works really well for Crohn's and colitis, and that's in a trial right now. It's just about wrapped up, and that company should grow to be quite a large company as well and help millions of people around the world. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Pretty
Do you
much.
have any other questions?
Pretty much as brief as you can get.
Yeah. I
So-
hope that was not going over the 3 minutes.
So, oh no, we got tons of time. So basically, you sold London Telecom, then were retired, semi-retired?
Well, semi-retired.
Semi-retired.
You know.
Didn't have a plan for doing anything else, really?
Well, I didn't at the time, but you know, when I got the cancer and then I spent all that time and money roaming around the world researching about cancer and everything around it, and then the doctor that I had out in BC, Dr. Halgun, when he told me that when, you know, I did catch an infection, it almost killed me, and when he told me that actually may have helped to save my life and slow the cancer down, I became very interested. And so I used all the knowledge that I had and a little bit of money that I had, and we started a company, Q Biologics. And right now that company is actually worth more than what I sold LimeNine Tel for, and it's really just started.
How does that make you feel about that?
Well, you know, everybody said be happy that you just did the one thing in your life, the big one, LimeNine Telecom, and you'll never do anything more than that. But it looks like now Q Biologics is going to grow to be a far larger company than LimeNine Telecom, and we're going to help hundreds of thousands of people around the world with this.
That's the goal.
Absolutely.
Any other plans after that, or
Well, I
not
think
too worried about that yet?
Yeah, I guess one thing at a time, right?
Yeah, one thing at a time.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
Well,
Any motivational
I can say that
words for people?
I can say that I'm very proud of you, Mark, and I can say many people told you that you wouldn't amount to anything with your YouTube stuff. And I just had a feeling you would, because you kept at it, and so many people after a few weeks gave up, and after a few months, and you kept at it diligently, you kept your nose to the grindstone, and now you've got pretty close to 200,000 subscribers, and you truly do make your living this way, and you don't live off of me.
Even though I still live here.
And in fact, you know, more than once I didn't have any money in my pocket, and I've asked you for some money when we're at the grocery store. But certainly, you don't live off me. You're on your own, you make your own money, and you do not too badly through YouTube, and you work pretty hard. I've seen you up very late at night, every night, working on your videos and editing. So every penny that you've earned, you deserve it. Absolutely.
Thank you. All right. So there you have it. The brief story. Thank you guys for all your questions. I will be headed to Aruba next week, but I'm going to try and answer everyone's questions for next week's video before I leave. So just leave them down below, check out the links, and if you have any more questions for my dad, throw them down there too. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And any last words for the people on YouTube?
Well, if you want to be a YouTube partner, just keep at it.
If you want to do anything.
If you want to do anything, just keep at it. Believe in yourself, believe in your own ideas, and third, but most importantly, stick to it.
Awesome. All right. Take care. Have a good night, guys.